Anti-Afro Spengalis. This is part 2 of the video that I posted. I didn't know that video was going to go into another direction, but I thought it was important to make sure if you're really interested in what is going on in terms of holding Umar accountable, it was important to really explain to you the whole concept of anti-fraud warriors and what we are doing when we're not on YouTube. But let's get back to scapegoating. Under no circumstances will I ever sign on to scapegoating. I don't care what has happened in the past. I don't care who the person is on the other end. It is a mortal sin in my view. I will not go along with it. What do I owe Max V? I don't owe him anything. That's the first thing. Going back to the situation where a lot of people, anti-fraud warriors, were identified on a video Umar put out. Essentially, everybody on that video was targeted for attack. And Max V allowed the main culprit who was engaging in this behavior to come onto his platform time and time and time again. To me, that was a deal breaker. But at one point, Max V verbalized he had made a mistake. Okay, I can accept that. I'm saying for me, not that he has to accept what I'm saying. I'm talking about for my reconciliation. I'm going to block all these people. These are the people who are threatening everyone. What does he do? He turns right around and accepts these people back on the panel. I'm saying for me, for my reconciliation, I decided this is not a person that I would support. Furthermore, he was saying how he did not even agree with the fact that we notified law enforcement. Here is a person who doesn't even support my civil right to exist, free of harassment, free of abuse, free of threats, free of violence. I absolutely do not support anyone like this, and I owe someone like this nothing. There's zero that I owe. So I would not in any way, shape, or form even consider going along with any process that would isolate someone else, the smoke, or whoever it is, and try to put this person as a demon while you hoist Max V as some savior, which he is not. So whatever situation that needs to happen, which allows the truth to come forth, I'm in support of that. People wanted to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on. And it just so happens the truth came out in many different ways, primarily through people's own words, through Max V's own words, through Max V's own writings, through emails. Now, if Max V didn't pen those writings, he can come out and say he didn't pen those writings. He never denied it. What he did, he sat there and he stated, I don't communicate with people offline. Don't send me any emails. I'm blocking all of you people. These people are sending me this and I'm not communicating. He portrayed the image that he doesn't communicate with people offline. But what do we have? We have hordes and hordes and hordes of, I don't know what you call them, instant messages, text messages, whatever they are, written communication between Max and the smoke and other people where he's just trashing and bashing everybody. You know what? I don't care if Max V likes me, dislikes me. I've never had a relationship with him. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. That's what I'm pointing out. So when people want to come to me and ask me why I'm using a clip in a video, because this person is this, that, and the other, when they are sitting up in a live stream, day in and day out, exchanging views with people who have attacked me and anti-fraud warriors, I don't think people have a, quote, right to demand I do anything when it comes to what I'm putting in these videos. I just think the inquiry is off kilter. It's off kilter. I'm not making a dime on this channel, people. I'm not making a single solitary dime. What motive could I have other than the truth? That's what I'm looking for. What are my motives other than making sure people get the information that's accurate? Yes, I'm going to refer people to wherever they need to be referred to get information. As I have stated, I am not as arrogant to think that everybody who comes to this channel is going to be waiting with bated breath just for me to say what I say and you're going to listen to nothing else but my words. I will refer people to whatever channel I want to refer them to. Before I backtrack and give you a context to how this all came to be where it is today, I'm placing the link again in the bottom to the Smokes channel. He did an interview with Al, the journalist, that gave a window into situations you likely would be surprised to hear about, because it is so often the effort to force us to believe a single solitary issue and perspective comes with a high level of investment. And in this instance, it was the investment to demonize the smoke while making it appear that Max V was somehow a victim. Well, no, you have another party who was penalized because he wouldn't go along with that plan. It was Al. I was another person who was penalized, who wouldn't go along with that plan. There were other people, but check out the interview. Now I'm going to backtrack and give you the context that led us to where we are now. Okay, so let me make sure it's clear. When there was discussion on Let Me See Your Transcripts live stream, it was pointed out that this Kevin person apparently has all these character issues. So we are now extending outside of the clips that I focused on that Kevin S. and 3 other people had given commentary about their experience in Max V's live stream. That's the extent of it. There was a complaint from Let Me See a Transcript who have stated to other people that this Kevin S. person apparently is misogynistic, he is homophobic, he apparently made references to sexual assault. This is what was reported to me. So if you look at these behaviors, these traits, and then you compare them to me isolating clips, it kind of didn't really go together, because we are talking about, Let Me See Your Transcript, how she addressed me, I'm addressing you. You sit in Max V's live stream, not just passing through. You don't just use as clips, you were actually in the live stream, on the panel, interacting with people. And Max V is known for some extremely troubling behaviors. More specifically, continuing to invite people on his panel that have these characteristics that you identified with Kevin S. And I just use Kevin S.'s clips specific to Max V. In addition, there is a person on Max V's live stream that has a prominent role. His name is Stephen Gaetano. Do you remember Stephen Gaetano, people? Stephen Gaetano was the person who colluded with another person who I will not name to make up all of these lies about Lennon and gay sex relationships. It was ridiculous, people. And this person is sitting in Max V's live stream like he sailed off into the sunset. Absolutely no accountability for that behavior. So if I am being called out for using clips, simply clips, how can it be okay to sit in a live stream with a host that permits people to come on the platform that engage in this behavior? In addition to that, continually welcome an individual, another individual onto the live stream who has attacked anti-fraud warriors and their families and their children, horrendous attacks, threats of violence, doxing, you name it, continuously invited this person on the panel, and the person still comes there from time to time. So I'm not seeing how clips specific to a very narrow subject can cause an issue when there is ongoing participation on Max V's live stream, citing those two examples and citing Max B's behaviors. This is a person who didn't feel I am entitled to civil rights to protect my life. So I don't see the issue in terms of what I'm doing versus the behavior that I'm describing. Not only that, Stephen Catano was in Max B's live stream like he sailed off to the sunset. And then let me see your transcript. Lennon was victimized, as was his family. And then you go to Lennon's live stream. That for me, causes an issue. But again, that's your measuring stick. You get to decide where you go. But I don't see how supporting someone, when I say supporting means you're going into their live stream. You're participating. You're giving them numbers. You're not calling them out, because I haven't seen any videos where you're isolating Max V's behaviors. When you talked about Max V's live stream, you didn't isolate him. You were talking about people coming onto the panel, but you weren't taking Max V to task for his continuous failure to properly manage the live stream. That is the issue. As I stated, you get to make your decisions and choices, as do I. Also, you comment regularly in Humble Kings. I think he does live streams. Yes, live streams. And if I am mistaken, let me know. But for sure, you go to his comment section. We know that Humble King has posted videos and he is homophobic. So how do you reconcile that against me simply posting clips that are isolating comments? That's what I wanted to say. And whoever wants to characterize this as a fight and a divide and conquer, nothing of the kind. This speaks to issues that people have raised before, questioning why is this person doing this and why is this person doing that? And there have been people who have sent me screenshots. Let me see a transcript. People made comments about her in live streams. That is not my issue. I think you should send them to her. I am not her mother. I don't tell her where to go. I don't tell her what to do, and she doesn't tell me what to do. We're independent people. That means I will continue to post information on the channel that I see fit. Absolutely, I do listen, especially to OG anti-fraud warriors who are very, very big on me sticking exclusively to Umar. But there is no way that I can appease the people who are coming to the channel, listening to content. They have questions about other issues. So OG anti-fraud warriors know that I cannot be exclusive to Umar. I can be related to Umar, but they're going to want other issues addressed. And one of them happens to be what the heck has been going on with these live streams and people talking shit. People are going to ask questions and they like to know, who is this person? This person was in that live stream. And I say most of the time, I have no idea. Almost always, I have never heard of the person. Well, why is this being allowed to go? Those types of questions. Obviously, we can't answer all of the questions, but people are interested in knowing the history. They want to know the dynamics. They want clarification. And to continuously shut people out, I don't think that's fair. I can give them what I can give them. I think that's only reasonable. But as far as what video I will be posting, because you see here on the screen, I made a response, or I typed in a response, that I haven't made a video every time someone disagrees with me, because that was the statement. But let me tell you this, if I decided to do that, I can do that. I can decide every time you send me a clip of someone saying something about me or disagreeing with me, if I decided to go and make a video, I can do that. There is absolutely no law against it. As a matter of fact, I could stop posting Umar Johnson videos altogether, and that would not impede me in any way with anti-fraud warrior strategy. Keep in mind, people that are on the channel always haven't been here. People have come and gone through different stages. So what I'm letting everybody know, there have been people who have springboarded from the information I have provided on this channel, or they have otherwise enhanced, benefited in other ways from information provided on the channel. At the same time, all of this stuff's been going on. I've had 2,000 videos on this channel. People have used content. I haven't ever asked for any money. I've never even considered being monetized. No one's paid me 1 red cent. I've never asked for money. I've never expected any money. But I think it's pretty galling for people who have benefited from this channel to turn around and try to tell me that I can't defend myself. That, to me, I think that is just the epitome of disrespect. Especially when you have a monetized channel and you can say whatever the hell you want to say. Do you see me coming over there telling you what you can say on your channel? No. People, sometimes I just wonder what the thought process is. Because if someone has that disposition, it's very clear they're not thinking about me. They're thinking about themselves. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, yeah, people think about themselves. But if they were attacked and they felt it was egregious and so far out of line, why can they turn around and pose on someone whose channel they benefited from and expect you to be quiet? That doesn't compute with me. And just so that we're clear, the statement applies to whoever it applies to. If it doesn't apply to you and you know that you are not one of the people who feels this way, then why would this statement bother you? It wouldn't even cause you to blink an eye. But if you know this is how you operate, you know it applies to you. I do not have to post videos on YouTube. We have made significant progress in many areas when it comes to Umar. So don't come to me like I just barrel on in here and I'm reckless as a you know what and just post any crap on this channel. I work hard to make this channel what it is today and the content. But there is no way that anybody will absolutely tell me if you are being disparaged and your character is being besmirched, that you cannot come onto your own YouTube channel and address that? Absolutely not. I am going to speak on it, especially if the culprits are running around here and nobody is confronting them about their bullshit. And I gave you an example about Make a Change. I don't care what everybody or anybody thinks about Make a Change. I'm talking about how he came at me. I never met Make a Change. I don't have a relationship with Make a Change. It doesn't matter to me whether or not you unsubscribe from me because you're offended about my approach with Make a Change. It's not relevant. For those who elect to remain here and listen and support the channel, I really do appreciate you. But I will draw the line when I think someone is disrespecting me. And there are people, listen to me very carefully. And I'm not going clinical assessment on anybody. When people have difficulty confronting others and they witness other people doing that, it sometimes causes a reaction. But that is not my reaction that I'm going to internalize. I am going to respond when I need to respond. And I stated before, I'm not going to be part of any strategy to scapegoat anybody. I don't care about what has happened in the past with that person. I won't be any part of it. And I absolutely have no idea, nor would I know what happened to Max B's channels. Now, the last time someone posted a message on this board, Max B came on and said that the lady was celebrating. Find me a message where I celebrated past with that person. I won't be any part of it. And I absolutely have no idea, nor would I know what happened to Max B's channels. Now, the last time someone posted a message on this board, Max B came on and said that the lady was celebrating. Find me a message where I celebrated Max B's channels not being there. It's amazing how he is supposed to be this higher above everybody else, and he continuously puts my name in his video titles. He's the one making money off of this. I am not. I'm not making one red cent. So I'm for sure going to do things ultimately how I decide to do them. And I do appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your encouragement of things being done in certain ways. There have been some changes. One of the changes is being more upfront about certain things that are going on. I think it's only fair. So yes, I am going to be addressing an issue if and when I can, as time permits. You will get an update on the fire marshal reports. You will get an update on the inspection reports. And if I feel it is worth my time and energy to address bullshit, I'll do that too. If someone else wants to consider it petty, they consider it petty for them. In part 1, I did post a message that when the men decide they want to come up and challenge what people are saying about them, you don't hear anybody complaining about that. It's only when the women decide they want to defend themselves, people have an issue with that. I challenge the sisters out there, re-examine yourselves before you come at another sister and try to tell her to be quiet when she wants to defend herself. I mean, that's about you. That's not about the sister who wants to defend herself. We have a right to defend ourselves. And that is not something that somebody should be talking us out of. I'm not going to listen. I may stop and ponder why the hell you would want me to take that route when you're not stepping to the men who are posting videos and defending themselves all day long. Then you shouldn't be coming at me for that. We all have a right to post a video, and if it involves somebody trying to strip us of our dignity and questioning our character, besmirching our character when our character isn't at all how a person is trying to portray it, you cannot tell somebody they shouldn't be posting a video about it. It should be that person's decision. So I'm hoping for now I provided some clarity. If not, feel free to ask. Like I've stated before, it doesn't matter if you DM me on Twitter or send me an email or put it in the message section. I will eventually respond. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.